Inside the Classroom takes an in-depth look at one of Team Hardin County School's best teachers in action, featuring comments, class instruction, and insight inside the classroom.
My name is Amanda Bales and I teach at East Hardin Middle School. I'm a 7th grade social studies teacher. I became a teacher, basically it was one of those things that I knew my whole life that I wanted to do. I was that kid that played school and would have my little sister and my cousins be my students, had the pretend grade book, textbooks, all of that. And so as I grew older, I continued to love working with children. And so I knew once I started college that was definitely what I needed to do. We're doing Breakout today, and we did this the first 9 weeks with Mesopotamia. This time Mr. Subcheck and I organized the clues and created our own game. So it is very content specific on what we've covered the last several weeks. My dad inspired me to become a teacher. He wanted to be a teacher, but he came from a big family and they didn't have the income for him to go to college. And so my entire life, my dad, would remind me about, teaching and what a rewarding job it is. And he encouraged me, to go in that direction. My first year of teaching, he actually passed away with cancer. But, even though it was my first year of teaching and, I had the stress of that first year and everything he had going on, he still pushed me to stick with it. And I'm so glad that he did. So this is just some things I noticed last time. With the string, I figured tape would be a little bit easier to get around the room instead of ducking underneath string all day long. The other thing is, please don't try to pull the locks apart or put in random numbers hoping to guess the correct code. What I've decided, I'm going to say this is cheating. So if I see someone doing that, where if you're just setting and you're pulling at the lock, which I don't remember this being a major problem last time on, with the classes that I have, but when I was watching Mr. Subcheck's class on Friday, there were some kids doing that, and so we decided we would give you guys a penalty by taking 5 minutes off of your time. So instead of having 45 minutes, you will only have 40 minutes, okay? But like I said, that was not a problem last time, so I do not foresee that being a problem today. But make sure you're actually trying to figure out the clue instead of just putting in, random numbers and then trying to pull the lock apart, okay? And then for number 3, I put divide and conquer, because you're going to see with some of the clues, there's 9 of you in most of the groups, I think. So you need to divide and conquer. In other words, divide up the task. If you see someone just sitting there, then you'd be like, here, try this, decode this or do this. That way, everyone's working together, and that's going to help you break out before the 45 minutes is up, if you actually work together as a team. Today in my lesson, you will see the kids participating in a Breakout EDU game. Breakout has a website, and they refer to it as the sandbox, where you can get a variety of Breakout games. But for this game in particular, Ben Subcheck and I, he's the other 7th grade social studies teacher, we actually created this game on our own. Kids will have 5 locked boxes with different locks, and they will be given clues each time they open a box. And all of the clues pertain to ancient Egypt, which is the content we've been covering. One last thing, if you break out at the end, this time I've made some props for the pictures. So, if your group breaks out, last time we just, kind of had everyone standing around and we didn't get the best picture. So if your group breaks out, which I hope everyone breaks out, then you'll get to use some of the props. Like I've made some signs and things like that you can hold and take a picture with your group.
Miss Bales is definitely an effective teacher here at East Hardin. She is effective because of the engagement level that she teaches at. Her students every single day have something that they're going to be where social studies comes alive to them. Also, her relationship with students is top-notch, and students all the time that she is always their favorite teacher.
Okay, so where are you guys thinking you need to go first? What do you need to do? Okay, you read your letter. I wouldn't worry about the hieroglyphics yet. Okay, this is your other document learning. I would focus on that.
The things she does to make learning fun is usually the activities we do, like the breakout. That was pretty fun. Just making things like mystery or how we're gonna do it, or going outside and doing stuff, or doing like one time we learned about archaeologists. So we went outside and she put a bunch of things in dirt and we got tools that archaeologists would use and we used that to find them.
Nicely done, guys. Looking good. Okay. All right, what are you guys thinking over here? So you're looking at this. What does the message say?
It says 2 million blocks.
What is the...
All the moms we spend traveling.
My teacher does to make learning fun is she tries to incorporate games into her activities, into her learning, and so like she'll bring props in and she'll have us like move around the room and play games and try to incorporate it into the learning.
What did you guys come up with? What are you thinking? Okay. All right. Focus on the written message there to you. Uh-huh. Right there. Uh-huh. Focus on that message and the PS statement.
Some of the best practices that Ms. Bales uses in the classroom would just be an interactive social studies. She makes social studies come alive for students. Every day is a new creative way that she is teaching her content. She also has an interactive notebook that they do with History Alive, and those strategies make kids every day want to come to her classroom.
Don't worry about the decoding just yet, okay? There's more over here. You'll get more information on that later. But right now, Graham and Kyle, they've got something good going. You guys just need to listen in and help them make sure that they're headed in the right direction. Practices that I use to reach all students' individual needs include cooperative learning. I'm really big on, working in groups, working with a partner. I think it's important for kids to have those discussions with their peers because I feel like their peers can challenge them to think just as well as I can, if not even better. Also, with cooperative learning, they're working on social skills, so they're developing those, which, that's a life skill that they will need. Another idea that I use is the curriculum called History Alive. History Alive allows me to literally bring history alive in the classroom where kids can participate in experiential exercises, and instead of just sitting at their desk and taking notes, they're up moving or dancing or role-playing, and they're actually taking part in history. All right, so what did you guys get for one? From Giza to Dare Hart, what did you guys get?
Ms. Bales enhances our staff here at East Hardin Middle School by jumping in anything that she is asked to do. She is always available and willing to help out. Her and another staff member also run our yearbook staff, and our yearbook staff, our yearbook is top-notch compared to other schools, and she puts a lot of time and effort. She also always has an open classroom, and teachers often come in to see exactly what she is doing in her classroom.
All right, did you guys figure out 2 and 3? 400. Okay, so now add them up. And then you've got 900.
She encourages us by helping us, like giving us examples, asking us questions that will help us, like giving us moments like that and things like that.
Wait, do we add those two together? No. Yes. Let's add 3 numbers to it, which will give us a 4-digit.
She helps us keep trying, and she doesn't let us give up, or like she encourages us to keep going, and she doesn't let us give up easily, and she'll keep helping us and make sure that we understand it before she goes on, and so that really helps.
We got it.
You guys got it?
Oh, I bet that.
Okay, see what your next clue is.
I'm so glad you got this far. What a world it would be. That just perfect.
It's what I know. Quite still there's over there. I bought a new one over the weekend because one completely died. There's one, I guess it's this one, you just kind of have to mess with it for a few. Some of my most enjoyable moments as a teacher would be just seeing my kids having fun while learning about ancient history. You know, for a lot of kids, learning about ancient history does not sound fun at all, but when I see my kids up and, you know, having a good time, you know, that makes me happy as a teacher, and it makes me feel like I'm doing my job because learning should be fun. And then also I like, you know, throughout the school year, just seeing my relationships with my students develop, getting to know them and their personalities, you know, them coming in and wanting to share things with me or, you know, joking around. I feel like, you know, that's important as a teacher to have those relationships. What are you guys thinking? Did your black light work for you? No. Look at the sheet?
Not really. 31 is circle.
And then what is, okay, so, so what's crossed out? Now, you're looking for an address, okay, not a 3-digit code for the law. You're actually looking, someone's going to go somewhere, okay? So last time I made it too simple. Okay, so now, use your clue on here to figure out what the room number is.
Miss Bales was nominated for the Excel Award for many reasons here at East Hardin Middle School. Every day students are engaged and they have rigorous activities. Her classroom management and her instruction every day is new and innovative and novel every single day, and students always want to go to Miss Bales' classroom and always say that she is their favorite teacher.
All right, you guys got it?
Pounds and dollars?
No, you have to tell me the 3-digit address / room number before I let anyone go.
Yes, okay, that's what we're doing.
Okay, so
Look, it says 28.
so look, figure out. You need to figure out the 3-digit address.
It says
Let me
the
know.
force way.
Okay. Force. Okay. Okay.
Wait, Miss Bales.
Uh-huh.
Wait, if we tell you the wrong number, are we penalized?
No.
So
This would be
is the number
28.7.
No, yeah, it's the number 287.
No.
Because it says 22.
She already is now one of my favorite teachers in this school, and usually it's what they do in class that makes me remember them. Like if they're nice, the fun things we did, things like that.
That might have something to do with when you get there.
Oh.
But look at, use your black light. That is a major clue in figuring this out. Pay attention to what's together.
down there.
Together. What are you guys thinking?
Well, she's really nice, and she's done, like, she does interesting things in the classroom, and just the way she teaches, I'll remember that, and she just, like, makes it fun, and she'll, like, she like helps you. And
Where are we at over here? Anything?
The answer.
What?
Miss Bales will be remembered by her students because she forms a relationship with them, and every day she has something new for them, and her passion for social studies is evident, that she not only teaches social studies, she loves social studies and passes that passion on to other students.
Okay, what are you guys thinking over here? Okay. Well, I would say everything you need is right there in front of you. Everything you need is on that sheet to figure out this address. You don't have to look anywhere else for it. It's on that sheet.
Helen, one family.
There we go. So a series of rulers from the same family. So you're just looking at their dynasty, and you're looking at the timeline of Pharaoh. So you need a 3-digit number. So look at the information provided.
So we need a 3-digit.
We go.
A number of years that their family and the hundreds.
Okay, what are you guys thinking? What is the
Says like they changed it, but they made it about whatever they had to like destroy that one.
Oh, Oh, when they moved the little huts? So
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it says White House, which could be where can tell.
Okay.
Because it says it's.
So some of you guys are focused, that's great that you go with the hieroglyphics. But where's your latest letter that you were, okay, right here. Anna has it. So you need to focus on what that letter says to get the next box open.
It's like
Okay?
talking about
Okay, so good. She has the right lock in her hand. Now you guys have to read the letter again and look in your area for the next thing that's going to help you figure out. So now, look in here. Okay.
We're decoding.
We're decoding the message.
When we unlocked it, we were trying to pull this way and then go like that.
The key ones are tricky sometimes. Okay, you guys are down to 16 minutes. So look right here. In the letter or clues on what you should be looking at next. Guys, they figured out the order over here. Over there. Okay, let's see. What order are you guys thinking? What does it say that it all starts with? Okay, so the line. So what direction is it? And then what do you think second? Okay. And then what's But I will tell you guys, you're out of order. You're out of order. You have the right idea. You're headed in the right direction. I give you what it starts with and ends with, but you've got to figure out in
Well, we
between.
know this is first, and we know this
Okay,
is
what do you guys do? Some of your decoding. Engage with her and help them figure out which order these pictures go in. Mummification.
Wait, Miss Bell, you
Go ahead,
look
pictures.
like up, right, down, because the pictures are telling.
Okay. Well, you've got that. Yes. Now you just gotta have the right order though of the mummification. So what do you think goes first?
Oh, it's what goes first. Okay, let me see this.
Reset your lock. Reset your lock.
That's what I was doing. I was doing it in order.
Okay.
Because I did the base.
All right,
Okay.
guys, we're down to about 11 and a half minutes almost.
The base goes first.
So yeah, you push down on it twice to reset it. There you go. Now every time you have to reset it.
That's why y'all should listen to me.
That wasn't, you didn't say that, he did.
I did. I was in art.
You skipped this step. They have to let it like set itself and do something.
Well, we got 8 minutes.
I was in art. That's how I know.
Oh, it's hard drive. It's hard
What do
drive.
we get for our hard work?
Okay, so who is it talking about these first two clues? Okay, Denise. Now focus on clue number 3 to figure this code out. Who's they? That's what you gotta figure out. Who's they?
Who lost their power? Sarah. Hang on, wait, who?
Have you guys, we'll see. Have you guys been decoding as you go? Yes. Okay. Oh, wait, I clicked the drive. Still work? Yes. 5 minutes and 40 seconds. Oh, you got it open? Okay. Very good. Good. Yes, just put it all back in there. Thank you guys for keeping that organized. Okay, so you're on your last clue.
Is everything on this paper?
Everything's on that paper. Yep. Right, got the letter out? Yeah. Okay, now he's getting it. Okay, I gotta see the letter out.
Hurry up, guys!
Uh-oh.
Hurry up!
Careful.
It's stuck! Break it if you have to.
You still have plenty of time.
Open. We have it. The lock is locked, but the.
Okay. And the letter's out. We'll stop time.
Hurry up!
Alright, ready? 1, 2, 3.
These things back up.
9. Teachers are so important because, first of all, they're making a huge impact on the lives of these students. It is their job to, be a good role model and, to set them up for success and to keep them focused on their future. And, I can think of all the wonderful teachers I've had along my educational journey, and I just want to be that teacher for my students and just be there for them and help set them up for success.
Let's just put 3 zeros and 7. It's not good. No one should ever believe me. Is this part of your arm? Yeah. Yeah, there's 4. It's blue. What? There's 4. Yeah, what? Yes, it does.
4.
It's
1,000.
Tell me what you guys Are you
just like white out.
Would be if it was very new.
Well, you can always but you don't want to neglect the fourth. And so, I mean,
Where's that one?
that was wrong. Or try doing it. Like up, down, that is what it and ended with up, down, up, down, down.